All right, so this is a simple guide on how to eat for muscle growth and how to set up your nutrition plan. All right, first question you're gonna have is how many calories should I eat per day? Maintenance calories, burning calories, thermic effective food. What do all these mean? So first thing you're gonna do is go ahead and go to tdeecalculator.net. And that's gonna go ahead and give you your maintenance calories. You're gonna input some information and it's gonna give your maintenance calories, which is basically how many calories you need to eat to maintain your body weight. So if it gives you 2,200 calories, that's how much you need to eat, 2,200 calories, to stay at the exact same weight that you're at right now. And that's not going to be a super accurate number, but it's going to be the most accurate number that you can start off with. It's not something that you have to overthink and find out which calculator is perfect and how to calculate maintenance calories in a perfect way. Just go ahead and get started, and you're going to be able to adjust as you go, whether you're gaining weight too fast or losing weight too slowly. Okay, and then once you have your maintenance calorie number, what you're going to do is you're going to decide whether you want to go into a bulk or a cut. If you go into a bulk, that's a muscle gain phase, and you're going to add on 200 to 300 calories to whatever number that you got here. So if you got 2,200 for your maintenance calories, your bulk is going to look like 24 or 2,500 calories. And what that's going to do is let you gain about 2 to 3 pounds of muscle, 2 to 3 pounds of weight per month. And most of that is going to be muscle. A little bit of it is fat. You're not going to be able to get around that. If you decide to cut, then you're going to go ahead and take that original number, which was 2,200 calories, to maintain your body weight, and remove 500 calories from that. So you're going to end up with 1,700 calories per day from your diet, and that's going to lead to about 1 pound of weight loss every single week. Okay, second question you're going to have is how much protein do I need? Okay, basics. If you want to gain or maintain body weight, if you want to gain or maintain the amount of muscle on your body, you only need 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So multiply 0.8 times whatever you weigh right now. If you weigh 160 pounds, 0.8 times 160 is 128. So a 160-pound individual who wants to gain or maintain muscle would only need 128 grams of protein per day. If you're trying to lose weight, then you need a little bit more, for about 3 reasons we could get into. It's a little bit of science you don't need to know, but you need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you are 160 pounds and you're trying to lose weight, you need 160 grams of protein on a daily basis. What are good sources of protein? You got chicken, beef, pork, fish, turkey, milk, cheese, yogurt, beans, lentils, seeds, nuts. And if you want a very convenient, cheap, and easy way to get your protein in, go ahead and use protein powder. Next question you're going to have is how much carbs and fats should I be eating? If I need that much protein, what are the numbers for carbs and fats? So carbs and fats are not as specific as protein is when it comes to your needs when putting on muscle. Some people like to do a lower fat, higher carb diet. Some people like to do a lower carb, higher fat diet. The important thing to realize here is that a lot of it is up to individual variation. And if you try to choose these specific numbers that these macro calculators give you online, it becomes super unsustainable when it really doesn't make a big difference how much you eat. We'll get into some important parts, but basically you need carbs to recover and refuel after a hard day of training. Carbs are really important, as well as a lot of healthy sources of foods have lots of carbs. Whole grains, rice, fruits, vegetables, they're very healthy sources and very nutrient dense sources that your body needs. Fats, they're very important for hormone production, fat soluble vitamins, and they are an essential nutrient, so you need to get them on a daily basis. So based on that information, ask yourself which one you want to eat more. Do you want to eat more fats? Do you want to eat more carbs? Do you want to have an even split? And go ahead and split up your calories evenly to go ahead and hit those macros. The only thing you want to keep in mind there is your pre-workout meal. Your pre-workout meal is pretty important to have carbs in it, so you can go ahead and have fuel for your workout. Some people like to train fasted, but you'll find that if you load up with carbs 1 or 2 hours before your workout, a fast digested carb like Gatorade or white rice or something like that, then you're going to have a whole lot more energy. Your muscles are going to be filled with glycogen and you're ready to train hard. So that's the only important time that you really need to worry about any macro besides protein. Good sources of carbohydrates are going to include rice, lentils, oats, fruits, veggies, bread, pasta, milk, legumes, and potatoes. All right, what are good sources of fats? So basically you have 2 sources of fats. There's one more, but it got banned. It was called trans fats. So you have saturated fats and unsaturated fats. Saturated fats, there's a lot of controversy around it, but general recommendations are to keep it below 10% of your total daily calories. So if you're eating 2,000 calories per day, this would be about 200 calories coming from saturated fat. And sources high in saturated fat would include fatty cuts of meat, full fat dairy, coconut, certain oils, and butter have high saturated fat, as well as processed food is very high in saturated fat. Now, saturated fat is not the demon, it is not the devil. You should not go 0% of your diet from saturated fat. You just want to make sure you keep an eye on it and make sure you're not overdoing it from these areas. General recommendations are to get more of your fat sources from unsaturated fat sources like nuts, almonds, cashews, etc., nut butters, cashew butter, almond butter, peanut butter, avocados, olive oil, as well as canola oil and peanut oil are also high in unsaturated fat, as well as seeds like hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds are high in unsaturated fat. So how many meals should you eat per day? Bodybuilders, science shows that anything between 3 to 6 meals per day has no clear or consistent advantage to being on the lower or higher end of that range. If you eat 3 meals per day, that's just as good as eating 6 meals per day. Some people argue that, okay, 4 is going to be optimal. Eat as soon as you wake up, eat right before you go to sleep, and then have 2 more meals earlier in the day so you can maximize muscle protein synthesis around the clock. Again, we're not going for optimal. We're just going for effective for the average person who wants to put on muscle in an effective manner. So 3 to 6 meals per day. Don't overthink it. Science shows that the most important thing for muscle growth is total daily calories, total daily protein, and weightlifting. So make sure you're training hard with a solid training plan, with good form, and eating enough protein and eating enough calories throughout the day. And that's going to take care of most of the things. As long as you don't mess it up by eating only vegan sources of protein and eating 1 meal a day every single day, and you just mess a whole lot of things up. It'd be pretty hard to do that. And make sure you got a roughly even spread of protein throughout each meal. So if you're eating 160 grams of protein throughout the day, that's the number you got to hit. Don't do like one meal with 120 grams and then 10 meals for each meal after that. You don't have to calculate protein intake in every single meal. Just get an idea, okay, if I'm supposed to eat 160 per day, ideally it's supposed to be around 40 grams per meal. All right, so next question you're gonna have is, how do I track all this information? So you're gonna go over to the App Store and download MyFitnessPal, and you're gonna go over to the goals section, the settings, and you're gonna change your calories, protein, fat, and carbs goals into the ones that you found today based on the calculations that we did. And you're going to go ahead and use that app, and you're going to log your food in, and you're going to be able to see at the end of the day, it's going to calculate it for you, so you don't have to count up every single thing and put it in a calculator. And it's going to show you how much carbs you had today, how much protein, how much fats, how much total calories, as well as a bunch of different information as well. All right, so hopefully that covers the basics on what you need to do in the gym to train for max muscle growth as a complete beginner. If you want to get into the best shape of your life this year and you're confused with a little bit of this information, or you have more questions on how to build muscle, how to lose fat, how to set up your training routine, and how to set up your nutrition plan, then let's go ahead and schedule that free consultation. The link is in my Instagram bio, and go ahead and click that, and we'll set up a game plan on how to get to your goals as efficiently as possible.